guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. And we got a bit of a down day today ahead of the CPI, which is coming out tomorrow morning. And, buy the dip kind of resumed near the end of the day, and the candle ended green. So probably just a little bit of fear before the CPI tomorrow. And you can see in the after hours, we are up 23 basis points. Triple Q is up 38 basis points. And IWM is up 26 basis points. So trying to recover from this dip we got today, but I think there was some decent amount of volume in terms of selling. So probably a lot of people just trying to get out before the CPI hits. And when we look, I was watching some videos and looks like swaps are priced in to be higher than expected CPI. So it looks like CPI might come in hotter than expected tomorrow, right? The expectations tomorrow is for the CPI to remain at 3.1%, so flat year over year, and month over month it is expected to increase by 0.1% to 0.4%. But swaps looks like they're pricing in 0.5%. So if we get hotter than expected, that could be bearish for the market. And we do have some targets down below here where we could retrace and literally just make this a big 1-2, and then that would just extend the way 3, and then I think the market would eventually bounce, right? That would be sort of a buy the dip here and then continue to rally. So if we do get downside, I do think it could be limited, but do I think it could turn into something bigger? Yeah, it could. Anything is possible. We have a lot of dark pool trades here coming at the highs. And by the way, before I continue, I want to let everyone know that we're going to be starting back the S&P 500 live stream. Some people have been asking in the comments as well, and coming into the Discord to ask about the S&P 500 24/7 live stream. Yeah, I'll start it back up with the Lux algo indicator that I purchased for you guys. So we'll start that one up. It's just I have a lot of computers in my house right now. When we take a look at the dark pool trades, you can see that UPRO, which is the 3 times leverage S&P 500 ETF, has been getting a significant amount of dark pool trades. And today, the number one trade came in here today at 2 million shares, $133 million total, near essentially the all-time high at the market that we have. So this is a little bit concerning, to see big money unloading right before this meeting. We have the same thing happen with BITO, which is the Bitcoin strategy ETF. So maybe we're seeing big money taking profits here, or do they know that something that we don't, right? Are we really going to start to reverse this trend and then start to pull back and come in a little bit deeper, or is CPI going to come out better than expected, and this is just going to result in a wave 3, right? And then it's just a massive blow off top that we're just going to continue to pump, right? So that's still possible, but we'll all follow up with you guys on that news tomorrow. I might even make the video midday if I'm not too busy, and then update you guys on it. But we will see. When we look at the weekly time frame of the SPY, we just printed a new weekly candle. We can see that we have a 15 and a sorry, let me just see what's underneath here. A -3 on the dual band strength index. We're actually looking quite bearish on this weekly candle in terms of a red dot confirmation. And now these high time frame confirmations, they can lead to very big shifts in the trend here. So we got a red dot here right around July, and you could see that the trend completely changed towards the downside, right? And then we got a green dot confirmation of a low, and you could see that shifted the trend completely towards the upside. Now we're getting a red dot now, but nothing is confirmed, right? I want to reiterate that nothing has confirmed on the weekly for the SPY. Okay, so just know that we are still like in an incredible uptrend right now, and people are really ready to buy the dip on this. So it could just turn out to be a big sell-off, and people are just going to buy it all back up and just keep pushing this higher because they want to own stocks and they know that lower rates are coming. And yeah, when we take a look at I think the futures, or sorry, the triple Qs, I think the triple Qs has confirmed red dots in the past where we paused, but then the trend continued, because you look at the lower time frames and you could see like this just you just too many people are buying the dip, so you get these green dot confirmations that a potential low is in, and the trend will continue when you look at these EMA ribbons. So people just keep buying, and then the support is holding. But we'll see if this weekly candle here that printed a red dot, we'll start to maybe rotate the trend. Right now we have a 12 and a -3. And when we look at wave edge, we've seen big money has been continuously taking profits on the SPY, the triple Qs, the Dow Jones, and then the IWM, not so much, but we are getting some red crosses here. And I think the two-day time frame has significant selling, and we've seen in the past maybe like where the IWM is going to struggle here is with this 2-day time frame. So looks like we confirmed a 2-day candle here, another one with a red cross, so that's quite bearish for the IWM. And then when we look at the IWM here, right on my Elliott wave chart, I still think that this could literally be a wave 2 and maybe an ABC, right? But actually, when I look at it now, I would say that this just might be like a big wave 4, to be honest. Like just chopping sideways before we continue up in a wave 5. And I gotta adjust this one discount a little bit. It's not a cycle, but I'll keep you guys up to date on the IWM. I do have a buy area down here, which is a little bit lower at 190, but it could also come all the way back down here and retest support at 181. But that would be a very big move down in the IWM. That'd be a 10% move down in an index. But this could mean that maybe the Fed's not ready to cut rates. They're gonna delay it again and again and again. And the small caps can't handle that right now. Maybe they can't handle it, and they need the low rates now. Anyways, let me take a look at some individual names for you guys, and we'll take a look at the yields and the dollar and all that stuff. Let me just see if there's any questions. So someone asked, I think I put PayPal in the description last week, but I didn't cover it. So PayPal, again, to me, it needs to confirm and continue to break out of this downsloping trend line. It's proven to be resistance for quite a bit of time, dating back all the way to August of 2022. It's just been in a downtrend. It's a tough trade right now. I think PayPal might need to go lower down to this buy area here, find support, and then it'll come out of it, right? But that would mean that it's going to drop, right? Maybe 13%, maximum would be 17% down in PayPal, and there would be no fundamental reason. I know a lot of people get mad when I say things will go down, but it's just what the chart says. Could it easily break out? Yeah, it could. It could mean that the wave 2 correction is over, right? This was your ABC, and it's just chopping sideways before it breaks out. The ABC can technically be done. We can make an ABC like this, right? But to me, the C leg would not be finished. It would have to extend lower. So you can do it different ways. For me, I'm playing it like this for you. So maybe this is your 1, 2, and then a 3, 4, and a 5, right? So maybe you get another impulse down for your C leg, and then you finish. So that's what I see for PayPal right now. And then support's down here. Let me take a look at the TLT. So TLT, very popular right now, obviously, because of the yields and the interest rates and the inflation report. That's going to be a big mover tomorrow. If the inflation report comes in hotter than expected, obviously yields are going to rise and the dollar is going to rise, and that's going to be bearish for equities. If, right, this is going to be the make or break point for the TLT really. If the yields pull back and they go lower and lower and lower, and confirming the downtrend here, then to me this would mean that the inflation report is going to come better than expected, and rates are going lower, and maybe even sooner than expected. Same for the DXY. The DXY would lose this support, and the DXY right now hit my support area that I calculated for you guys beautifully and in advance, and we're starting to reverse out of it. Does it mean that it's going to go shoot up straight here? No, not at all. But could it do that? I mean, it could, and that would be painful for equities. It could also mean that we're still going lower, but maybe this is just you're still in your first wave, a 1, 2, 3, 4 spike up in the dollar, and then a 5, right? You go even lower, and then you do a 5-wave move down to this target here for the DXY down at 98. So. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. I can't predict the future. I just just reading out what I see on the charts and let you guys know. And so far, we've been making a lot of right calls. You know, Tesla was one that we've been covering a lot. You know, I said this was your buy area. You came in, and then you had a bounce up, and I said this was going to be a 5-wave move, right? You look on the smaller time frames. We nailed the buy here. Came into resistance. This was the sell area, and then you did you did your 5-wave move, right? So you went a little bit higher, and then you finished. You retested in a wave 2, and then you crashed down. So now you're essentially in your wave 2, and I think you got lower. I think you got lower to go. I think you got lower to go in my opinion for Tesla, which is unfortunate, but it's going to be a strong buy and a long-term hold if you can hold this area as support. Apple's been another one that we've been following. Apple today looks like it finished its wave 4 here, and it could be potentially getting ready to go make another lower low if the indices pull back tomorrow. But again, you're still in this buy area, and if you hold this pivot, it's still very bullish for Apple. It would still be a strong buy above 165. But if it cracks this pivot and you go lower, then we have another level here down at 159 to 148. Okay, so but for now it's in a buy area, and I think this level should hold as support and this pivot here. So I can actually mark the pivot for you guys. It's very simple. You just drag a trend line. There you go. That's your pivot to trade against. And if you go below here, you can maybe stop out, or open it long at the pivot. And if you go lower than here, then you stop out. So it's up to you. Do whatever you want. Let me take a look at some more names here. We'll take a look at ROKU. ROKU is one that we've been doing a lot, and ROKU is actually perking up a little bit now, but it's not looking that great. The stochastics are shooting up on the 4-hour as well. This could technically be ready to make another low if we have a bad day tomorrow in the S&P. Then this ROKU is just gonna go down. Like if we have a big sell-off tomorrow, ROKU is gonna make its 5th wave, and it's gonna go visit the lows here at $58, $60, something like that. And then it'll be unfortunate, but it's still in the buy area, and it's a strong buy zone right now. But I could be looking to pick up some cheap ROKU here if that's the case. All right, let me take a look at a few more names. Let's just check SMCI here. See what's going on with SMCI. So SMCI is is a little bit of a tough trade. Wave 5 here. To me, you got probably 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Maybe you can make 5 waves, but you'd have some invalidations here, so probably not. But overall, SMCI could be finished. Where did I just put the? There we go. It could be finished and it could be getting ready to go lower in a 5-wave move down. So just take a look at it here. Yeah, I mean it could start an impulse down. It could, but I would prefer just an ABC correction on a larger scale, like something like this, or sorry, on a smaller scale maybe. But we'll see what we get out of it. Tomorrow is kind of a wild card day with CPI, so I don't want to make any predictions on these stocks here, these smaller name stocks. But still, semiconductors, very strong uptrend. But we saw like the largest trade, or one of the largest trades, occur here at the highs on SMCI on the dark pools data that's provided inside my Discord, and it played out amazingly. Looks like that was the high for now. Now we have a pivot to trade against for the SMH. Okay, so this thing, I mean, the semiconductors are very parabolic right now. All right, let me cover a couple more things. I want to take a look at gold, natural gas, and silver. So gold is at resistance right now. I know there's technically no resistance because we are in price discovery, but we do have this upsloping trend line here from these two pivots to trade against, and it's very overextended. RSI is at 84 on the daily. To me, you'd have to pull back in a wave 4 here, and then come back in the final wave 5. I haven't added any counts to my gold chart, but I can if you guys want me to. There's no problem. I can always do it. But yeah, I mean, gold is extremely bullish. It is going to be extremely bullish if the dollar implodes. But the gold at resistance and dollar at support here may be telling us that CPI is not going to be good. Taking a look at silver, I mean, similar to gold, if the dollar goes down, silver is going to perform very well. If not, silver is going to be due for a pullback and it could come back into this range here and keep chopping sideways until we get our major cycle breakout. Okay. And finally, we'll take a look at natural gas. So natural gas, I've been covering with you guys that this was probably the wave 4 high. We were very bullish, for a very long time. But now it's unfortunate that it's come to this. But, nat gas is probably going to keep going lower and lower and lower until it probably hits its $1 level, finishes its 5th wave. And then this will be done. This will be done. And it'll be a strong buy down here. But until then, I don't see any trades. I don't see any longing opportunities. 4-hour moving averages are looking quite bearish. So are the daily time frame. Everything's starting to flip back bearish. So it's hitting that 20. I believe this is the 20-day moving average. So ran into some resistance there, and it was unable to get above the $1.90 level. I had some targets at $2 here, but unfortunately, it's going lower. All right, so let me basically wrap this up. I don't want to stay too long. Yeah, so tomorrow CPI, in my opinion, may come in hotter than expected. Obviously, don't take this as like a 100% guarantee. But if I was a betting man and I had to make a bet, I would probably bet that the CPI would be higher tomorrow based on what swaps are doing. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? But that's just the way it is. I don't have any trades at the moment. If the only trade that I'm taking is short gold here, but again, I'm fundamentally very bullish on gold and long gold in my long-term portfolio, like gold miners, all that stuff. So just because I'm short gold now doesn't mean I'm going to be short gold all the way up here. I have stops set in place, and if I get stopped out, I get stopped out, and we look for a better opportunity. Okay, all right, so that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. We're actually at 584 subscribers, and come into Discord because we're gonna be doing some giveaways inside the Discord, try to boost member enthusiasm. We have 120 members right now, but people are quite quiet. They just wait for my posts, not really talking to each other. And I'll be bringing a lot of members from the Crypto Mickey Discord over as we make the transition of the paid memberships. All right, have a wonderful night, guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.